Hi, Ariel. I would like to understand the problems that bring you here today so I can help you more efficiently. I want to know about your experiences and ideas, and I'll ask you some questions about what is going on and how you're dealing with it. Just remember that there are no right or wrong answers. So what brings you here today?
Past couple weeks have just been really bad. Brought me back to a lot of things that have happened in my past that I've gone through. It's just been hard.
Can you go into details about it?
The emotions that I've been feeling have just sucked. I mean, I've been through a lot in my life. Coming out wasn't easy. It's not easy for anybody, but it was difficult for me. I work at a place where every day I'm told I'm either a dyke or a cunt or a piece of shit, and I'm worthless. Mainly one, because I'm a woman, and the other reason because I'm gay. There's no respect from people, and just hearing it so much has brought me back to, growing up. My father just told me every day that if any of his children ended up being gay, that he wouldn't love us anymore. And, I always took that to heart. Always wanted to make my dad proud and, be the person that he wanted me to be. Like, growing up, I always knew there was something different about me, but I could never put my finger on it. And, when I did come out, it was difficult for me because I thought nobody would accept me for who I am, and this is who I am. And, when I did come out, I didn't tell my father right away.
Some people have different ways of describing the problem to their friends and family. How do you think you would describe that problem to them?
I mean, it's difficult. I do love who I am, but family's a big part of, everyone's life. The last thing that anybody wants to do would be to disappoint their family or not be the person that they thought they were going to be growing up. For me, it was almost easy telling my mother, and I have a little brother and a little sister, an older brother, and to me it was easy to do those things because they're more accepting and open to things. But I hid it from my dad. I couldn't bring myself to tell him because I just thought that would make me lose his love and everything that I had with him. I didn't want to disappoint him. So I didn't tell him.
Do you have a close bond with your father?
I do. I'm actually very close with everybody in my family, including my father. But his views of a lot of things are different than the rest of my family. I'm Jewish as well, and I do have a lot of tattoos that he doesn't know about because that's just one other thing that he has told me constantly. He won't love me because in the Jewish religion, you're not supposed to desecrate your body. And to him, that's a huge deal. So when I see him, I wear long sleeves, and I have to wear certain things when I'm around him compared to when I'm around other people that I'm more accepting. I'm very close with him, but I have to hide a lot of things from him so he'll accept me.
If you could rub a magic lamp, where would you see your relationship with your father go? Like if you could have the perfect relationship with your father, what would that look like?
I wouldn't have to lie to him or hide things from him because more than anything that kills me, I can be so open and honest with my mother, but my dad doesn't really know my life. Being gay, and I enjoy artwork and getting tattoos, and that's a lot of my life. I mean, I'm gay. That's not going to change.
What would you need from him to have a better relationship or a better bond with him?
I need him to be more accepting. I need him to be okay with the person I am. He raised me. He was in my life since I was born, and I want him to realize that no, even though I'm different in his eyes than other people, I'm still that same person that he raised. I'm still a great person, and I do love who I am, but I just wish that he could love me for what I am as well. I wouldn't change myself for anything, but it sucks having to hide it from somebody who's so important in my life.
What would his acceptance of you look like? Like what would be the most ideal relationship with him that you could have?
Just me being able to talk to him like I used to. Not having to feel like every time I have a conversation with him, it's a lie. And, be able to, like, sit in the pool without my clothes on. So I don't have to hide anything. I want him to, if he could just accept me being gay and me liking tattoos and me just having different views and opinions of him, I mean, it would change everything.
Okay, so some people may explain the problem as a result of bad things happening in their life. Problems with others, a spiritual reason, or many other causes. What do others in your family, friends, or community think is causing your problem?
I mean, being accepted has always been a huge issue that I've had. My father never accepted me, and then I finally met this amazing girl that I fell in love with so quickly, and she got high and she cheated on me with somebody else, and it was with a guy, which made me feel
Worse?
way worse, because there's nothing that I can do to have exactly what he has. So it made me feel less than, worthless.
What do you mean less than he has?
Like, I can never, I'm just not a man, and I don't have what a man has. So, it just, again, I didn't feel accepted for what I was. When I finally found something really good, it's like I just wasn't good enough.
Do you see yourself as a provider, or does she see you as a provider?
I would hope so, because that's what I try to do. I work really hard, and I try to give her everything and take care of everything I need to. I try to give her everything and be there and care about her and, show the love, just like I'm a good person, like I know I am.
How do you think she sees you?
I would hope she sees me as a good person. I mean, even after everything that happened, I decided not to leave, not to go anywhere. So at this point, we're still together and things are good. It really hurts. So I hope that she sees me for the amazing person that I know I am, instead of, just not enough, not good enough.
Do you feel not good enough?
Sometimes I feel like I could be better. Sometimes I feel like I need to be better.
What is not good enough mean to you? Like, paint me a picture of what good enough is. Like, what do you think she wants from you? What do you want from yourself?
Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough for her. Sometimes I feel like she needs more. Like, I know that she could find somebody either better looking or with more money or more to offer than what I can. And, I strive so hard to be more than what I can. And I try to make it so she doesn't have to worry about things, because I know her past was that. She didn't have to worry, she didn't have to do anything. She had all of that. So I'm just I want to be that for her.
What aren't there steps that you've taken to show her that you care and that you love her?
Of course. I mean, every day. I try to make life for her as easy as possible. I mean, every time something bad happens, like, I'm there, I'm her backbone. I make sure, I'm the strong one in the relationship, and I take care of her. Like, I bought us someplace to live. I bought us a house, so she's happy. I told her she doesn't have to work anymore, so she doesn't. And I take care of things. And, I just want her to do things that she's happy with. Like, she works with animals. That's what she went to school for. So, she does that on the side, like, and it makes her happy. And I just hope that, I'm giving enough of that.
Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about are stressors. Are there any kinds of supports that make your problems better, such as supports from family, friends, or others? Are there any kinds of stressors that make your problems worse?
I have a lot of support from family and friends. I mean, I don't have many friends, but it's really just the good ones that matter. So I've had one friend for 13 years, one really good friend that has been through with me through everything that I've ever been through, and she's one of my greatest support systems. And I do have my family. Even though I can't talk to my father about everything, I have my mom, and I have my little brother and little sister who help me through everything that I've ever met, and I can call any of them at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I know those people will be there for me.
Is there anyone that makes it worse? Like, I heard you mention that you were in your job, like you said that maybe there was something there.
I mean, some days are harder. I mean, being who I am, who I'm comfortable with, a lot of other people aren't comfortable with that. My job consists of seeing a lot of different people every single day who are in a place in their lives where they're miserable, so they take it on other people. The first person that they'll go after is somebody different than them, and usually that ends up being me. I mean, I dress differently than a lot of people, so even when I'm out with somebody, I'll get looks like I have 15 heads, like I'm an alien, like I'm something so crazy. But I mean, most of the time, it doesn't bother me, but so everybody has a bad day, so sometimes, just the littlest things.
Paint me a picture of those moments, like when you feel like people are judging you that don't know you. Paint me a picture of what that looks like.
It's almost like they're burning a hole through my head. if they took a picture and took it to some like crazy museum, they think that they get millions of dollars for seeing something that looks like me, when in reality it's just ignorance of people. But you know, sometimes it does hurt, sometimes it does bother me, and you know, my family gets very bothered by that kind of stuff, and I try not to let it get to me, because at the end of the day, the only people that I care about their opinions is like family and close friends. But some days it bothers me, but more so, you know, it'll bother people around me more so than it will bother me.
Well, it sounds like that you have a good support system, like within your family and in your community, that can help you deal with other people's prejudices, right?
For sure. It would be very difficult to get through like everyday life and just like, you know, the normal, not so bad things without like the great support system that I do have. Because there are plenty of people who do love me for who I am and not who they want me to be, and accept me for who I am without judging me or anything along those lines. So it is easier because I have such a great support system in that sense.
So what have you done on your own to cope with these problems?
There's a lot of different things. For recovery basis, I've gone to meetings and I've completed steps and stuff like that. You know, any type of relationship problems, it's all about just learning how to communicate and you know, making sure you get everything out in the open. Don't leave anything behind. No secrets. For everything else, just a general problem, it's, you know, some people are just sicker than others. Pray for those that are ignorant. Pray for those that are more miserable, because you never know what's going on in somebody else's life that could be worse than what you're going through.
So I guess what I'm hearing you say is that helping other people is a way that you cope with your own issues?
That's my main thing. If I couldn't help people every day, I'm more of a person who, I put everyone before myself. So that's kind of what makes me feel better, being able to help somebody else.
So who's taking care of Ariel? I mean, like, have you ever thought about seeking counseling or help from others before?
I've gone to therapy before. You know, it helps for a little bit, but then it just gets to a point where, you know, I feel like I can talk to the people in my life. I mean, I have a girlfriend that I can talk to and tell anything to. I have really close friends, and you know, I have my family. So to me, I guess it just goes back to the trust thing. I don't trust to just talk to a therapist that I've never met before about all my personal issues.
So the next thing I want to talk about are aspects of your background, meaning kind of like your identity, that make your problems better or worse. And by background, I just mean like, you know, like the community you belong to, the language you speak, where your family is from, or your gender or sexual orientation, or like spiritual or religious values. Like I heard you mention your Judaism. Like I was wondering if that was important to you at all. What are the most important parts of your background or identity? And are these aspects of your background that are causing other concerns or differences for you?
For me, what it kind of was is everything that I've been through in my past has really brought me to where I'm at today. Like, I've been through a lot of really bad things. I've been to jail. I'm in recovery. So, you know, going through all of those things made me who I am, and it made me a better person almost. You know, I went to jail. I did that. Got out, thought I was gonna change my life and stop using, and I kept using. When I finally decided to get clean, I actually had a lot of huge medical scares, which actually changed my life. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even be sitting here today. It made me realize how important life is and how much I valued my life. So, I mean, my background of everything, the way I was raised, brought me here, made me who I am, made me realize a lot of things, and helped me get to where I am. Without all the bad things that happened, I would never be where I'm sitting.
Who are people in your community that can help you with your medical problems, or help you with coping strategies of things that you've been through?
I have a lot of people in my life who have been through a lot of the same kind of things. Maybe not exactly, but you know, my girlfriend is in recovery herself, so she understands, and a lot of my friends are also in recovery, so if I'm having a bad day, they understand. The field I work in is just dealing with addicts every day, so I'm around a lot of people every day that understand and know where I've been because they've been there too. Medically, I have a team of doctors that help me. Kidney doctors, you know, a whole bunch of specialists that keep everything right for me, so I don't have to worry.
I saw you smirk when you said that. Is there any reason for that? Like what are presenting issues that you think you have with medical authority figures?
When it comes to medical, I've been through a lot of things. I've had a lot of scares. And you know, going to the same doctors for so many years makes me feel better, just because they know where I started, where they got me, what I've been through. So my trust is with them. Right now, I have to go back. And I need to call my doctor again. I haven't called in a year. But going and starting fresh from like a whole nother doctor or a hospital or whatever the case might be would just completely bring me back to the beginning. It's almost like I'd have to go through everything again instead of picking up where I left off.
So I guess what I'm hearing from you is that it's hard for you to trust new people.
100%. I have a very hard time with trusting people. I actually don't trust people. I've been let down and hurt and screwed over so many times that there's just no trust. It takes a long time and a lot of effort to gain my trust and my respect.
How do you trust the people that you know that are already in your life?
They've been in my life for a very long time, and they've proven to me that they're trustworthy. They've showed me we've been through things, we've experienced things. They've seen me at my worst and they've seen me at my best, and they haven't gone anywhere.
Cut. What kind of help do you think would be most useful to you at this time? Like in your current everyday life?
As much as sometimes I do let people's opinions and judgments affect my life and like the way I feel, I just feel like if I continue to live the way I have been, continue to help people and be there for people and, you know, communicate. That's, for me, I've learned that that's key. If I keep everything bottled inside. It's just a recipe for a huge explosion. So communication is just key when it comes to keeping myself on track. I think that's the best thing that can help me.
Do you find that it's easier to communicate with people now as opposed to it might have been 3 or 4 years ago?
For sure. 3 or 4 years ago, I was in a really, really bad spot. I didn't know which way was up, and I couldn't even handle my own life. I didn't even know how to get anywhere. It was always 10 steps back instead of 1 step forward. So my life now compared to 3-4 years ago is a miracle.
So like, how would you define like a step forward? Like give me like a concrete specific, like what's something that happened recently that made you appreciate yourself and view something as a 1 step forward?
I just bought a house. That's probably the best thing, the most recent anyway, that I could say has solidified how far I've come from 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I couldn't even hold a steady job or hold a steady anything. But now, it's completely different. I have a great job, everything.
How long have you been working at the treatment center that you work at?
I've been there for 2 years now.
And what do you do?
I'm a supervisor, so I pretty much just make sure everything is going all right. I make sure everyone that comes in through there is comfortable, happy. They can get whatever they need from there, and the support is the most important thing. Being there for them through everything that they've gone through, and I could relate. I think that's the most important thing to every single person that walks in that building.
Are you proud of yourself for your financial success and your motivation to improve your life through your job?
For sure. I've actually never been more proud of myself in my life. Up until really this year, I've really got myself together this year and made a difference, and baby steps until I get to my main accomplishment.
Okay. I guess the last question I could ask you is there anything that we can do to provide you with the care that you need as clinicians?
Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Can you be more specific?
Listening is always a great, just having an ear to listen to everything. I mean, I've spilled out an awful lot. So it was nice to just have somebody to listen for a change.
Awesome. Do you want to set up a time for next week?
For sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, it was a pleasure working with you, Ariel.
It was very nice to meet you.